By the way, I'd like to say I've always found you extremely attractive.
Welcome to Chick Flicks Podcast, starring Natalie Benton,
Jody Bass,
Haley Miller,
and Audrey Hawkins.
Today we are going to be talking about the similarities and differences between Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella and the animated Disney version of Cinderella. To start us off, so Audrey and I today are going to be talking about the Rodgers and Hammerstein version, and Jody and Haley are going to be talking about the animated Disney version.
So I guess you can start.
Yeah.
How was the Rodgers and Hammerstein?
Believe it or not, I'm gonna let Audrey take this one.
Okay. Well, actually, it was quite different from the animated one, especially with how it was made.
Really? How?
It wasn't an animation.
OMG.
It was made with a digital camera. And since it was made so long ago, the quality wasn't that great, but it was still a pretty good movie.
When was it made?
I think it was made in 2001, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was made in 1997. So
Wait, which one did you watch?
we watch different ones.
Brandy in it?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That situation just cracks me up like an egg cracking. Haha, chicken joke. Anyway.
Well, our animated one came out in 1950, believe it. So that's very long ago.
Yes.
Very.
I have confirmed that the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella that we were supposed to watch with Brandy in it was made in 1997.
Wow, what can I say? I'm just goated on the facts.
That's
I mean,
also very long
chickened on
ago.
the facts. Your movie was old. I bet there was no diversity in it. Am I right?
Oh, trust me, you're definitely right. There was no black people in there.
How unfortunate.
What about the Rodgers Hammerstein? Was there any diverse in there?
There was a lot of diversity in there.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, most of the characters were actually black or mixed. In fact, the main character who played Cinderella was black. And there were actually a lot of interracial couples. I think that was a majority of the couples were interracial couples.
Wow. Was the prince black?
I think he was mixed.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
What a switch up.
Mm-hmm.
Go America.
Go America. We love the changes. Yeah.
Were there any talking animals in the film?
No, and it sucked. I wish there were some talking chickens.
Yeah, because I know in the
Oh, goodness.
I know in the animated Cinderella there were a lot of I think every animal in the Cinderella was all talking. I'm pretty sure.
And she sang to them.
Yeah, what was your guys' favorite animal in the animated Cinderella ones? Mine were the rats.
Yeah,
The
I love
only
rats.
animal in the Hammerstein Cinderella was mice.
Yeah,
Ah, lame.
it was very lame.
Was there even like a fairy godmother or anything?
There was a fairy godmother.
Oh, okay.
Whitney Houston played the fairy godmother.
What?
It was very strange.
Wow.
Yes. Let's talk about that prince. Something similar about the prince in both movies is that they got married. Crazy
I would
folks.
hope so. Gotta have a happy ending.
Right. Someone got to.
Did the prince in the animated Cinderella have much of a personality?
Not really. He's kind of boring, honestly.
Yeah, he's kind of like plain Jane White.
What about in your guys' movie?
He was more interesting than in your movie, but still not like crazy interesting.
No, he definitely had a lot more screen time.
Mhm.
But I think his mom had way more personality than he did.
He is in fact a man, so there's not much to give there.
So even though there are a lot of like differences, what about similarities? Were there any similarities between the two?
They could not remember her face.
Like when she dropped the shoe.
Yeah, she left a shoe behind.
Yeah. How embarrassing for him.
What about the
He couldn't remember
stepsisters?
her face, even though they met before the ball.
What about the stepsisters?
Oh, jeez.
Were they also black?
One of them was black, the other one was white.
What?
Yeah.
That's a meta.
That's a mixed up family. Whoa. Okay.
Were they as mean? Do you think?
I would say kind of. They didn't have very much screen time or very many lines in general, and they actually just acted really dumb pretty much the entire time.
So which movie do you think had the most singing?
Ours did, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or wasn't your guys' more of like a musical?
Yes.
Pretty much.
It's like it was a musical and then they just like made the musical into a movie. It's like what they're doing with Matilda right now. And
They're making another Matilda?
they are. It's like there was a movie Matilda and then they made a Broadway musical about Matilda like a long time ago, and now they're making that Broadway musical into a movie. You can hear more about that on my blog post. Go to the musicals section.
Did the prince and Cinderella meet the same way?
They met for the first time at at the center of town where everybody was shopping.
Oh.
So it was like she was carrying the stepsisters and the stepmother's stuff, and she dropped it whenever she almost got ran over by a royal carriage. And he helped her, but she didn't know if he was the prince.
Gotcha. I think that's all for our podcast.
I think
I
so.
hope you enjoyed listening.
Yes. And come back for the next episode of the Chick Flicks podcast.